why I'm not in a relationship and why I probably won't be in one for a while. So the reason I'm not in a relationship right now is because for me personally, I do not think I'm a very good boyfriend. And the reason for that is because I have somewhat, well, let me first say this. I consider myself to be a pretty logical person, which, it's a good thing, I suppose, but I see it as sort of a blessing and a curse because, in a way, it's kind of helped me maintain past relationships. But at the same time, it's also been the reason why a lot of those past relationships have ended. And I like to think it's because I struggle to find the balance between learning when to activate that logical way of thinking that I have and balancing that out with learning how to be emotionally adaptive, if that makes sense. So an example of this would be, I remember in a past relationship I had, we were driving. I think we had dinner somewhere, and on our way home, my girlfriend at the time said that we needed to get gas, which was true. We were running out of gas. And the thing is, the gas station that we usually go to, which is cheap, I just noticed that we already passed it. And that was the one that she was suggesting that we go to. But I also know, and we both know actually, that there is another gas station coming, which is a few more cents expensive, maybe 5 or 6 cents. So my girlfriend suggested that we make a U-turn, which we can, so that we can go to the cheaper gas station that we passed, which mind you is not cheaper by much, but it is cheaper. But me being the logical thinker that I am, suggested that we just go to the one that's already coming up, which is more expensive, because first, I can afford it, and we both could, actually, and it saves us time without having to make a U-turn, going to the cheaper one where we don't really save much. So anyway, that turned into sort of a micro argument, which was totally avoidable, I'll admit. And at the same time, I totally understand where my girlfriend was coming from. She was thinking frugally. I understand that. It makes total sense. Plus, the U-turn's really only going to delay us by like a couple minutes, 5 max. But again, me being the way that I am, chose not to do that and went to the more expensive one. And I will say that's not really what ended that relationship for me. That was just one experience, but the moral of the story is that way of thinking that I had continued on and on throughout the duration of the relationship, at least, until it reached a point where we were no longer in good terms with each other because of the way I thought and because of my stubbornness and ignorance to understand what the problem was. That relationship is now gone. Fortunately, we're still friends to this day, just not in a relationship, so it's cool. So why I'm not in a relationship and why I probably won't be in one for a while is, if you haven't guessed already, is because I struggle to find the balance between learning when to be logical and learning when to be someone who can emotionally adapt for the sake of your significant other. So that's why I am currently single, which is not really a bad thing, but I would like to learn how to do better next time. And yeah, it's just crazy. I like to think that being a logical thinker is a good thing, but it's not something that should be used in every scenario. Sometimes it helps to just hold back a bit. And I think that if I learn to do that, which I am, it's a work in progress, that I'm going to bump into healthier relationships in the future. So what's the message? I have no idea. Or perhaps sometimes being right isn't always a good thing, and if you can learn that fact humbly, I'm almost positive that you can avoid the situation that I am in right now. And by situation, I mean being single, which, again, not a bad thing, but I think it would be nice to have someone to talk to every now and then. But for now, in my current season of waiting, I want to continue to learn how to adapt in a way where I don't always care about what I think personally, but what me and another person thinks. Together, I'm really hoping you guys learned something from this video, and most importantly, I hope I do too. So yeah, you guys have a good one. Bye.